I missed my calling. Good morning, everybody. It is the 22nd of April, 2019. Happy Easter Monday to all of you. Yeah, always smash that like button on the way in. We got 30 people here. You know the 4 people with 10 troll accounts each. Pile in and hit that thumbs down button. So anyway, I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. Good morning, Nathan. Yeah, I know, Jamie. I'm crazy. Crazy sexy, honey. Right? Hey, Kelly, how are you? Somebody said this should be called the funky coffee cup. Y'all have your favorite coffee cup, you know. You leave it like that at the office. I found that nobody ever messes with it, right? I mean, you come in sometimes, and one of the worst things that happens, if you've ever worked in an office like I did for years, is they'll clean all the cups, and then somebody comes in and grabs your coffee cup, right? It's a terrible thing to happen. Good morning, Crawdad. Good morning to you. Nice to see you up and about. The beautiful Cassidy Hampton in the house. Nice to see you. We got the lovely Brockovich. Nice to see you. So I hope everybody's having a good one. Just to give a little start with the security update today. Thank you very much. I had wonderful suggestions, Missy Jenn and I, in terms of what security. We're now going to, Kelly, ramp up to the next level on here. Okay. Very, very important things are going to be done. I do not want to, for obvious and sensible reasons, tell what now we're going to be investing in here. Okay, I don't want to disclose what the actual setup is going to be, but boy, did we get some wonderful feedback from people. Good morning, Vinny G. For the Berg Chimp Outs directed at you. Thank you, Vinny. Good day to you, mate. Thank you. Do I need a troll account? You definitely need a troll account. Good morning, Joe. Yeah, it looks like a great day. Yeah, there we go, Jamie. Grab some paper towels, honey. Flick that bean. Go ahead, babe. All right. So we had a lot of great suggestions on things that we could do. And the nice thing about security, the thing that really surprised, and I made the call, we're done with this neighborhood security watch thing that we're in. You know, so even though somebody else has offered and been paying for that, it's just not working out for us. We'd rather do our own. We would rather do our own security. Good morning, James. Our own security, our own method of dealing with things here may eventually gate the whole place here. That's a distinct possibility too. You hate to break up that front street. And, you know, I like to have natural things like hedges and things like that. They're pretty good at people keeping people out. So here's $10 toward the turd on the roof and a 50 cal fully auto anti-aircraft gun. There we go. Everybody should have a 50 cal. Next, Vinny's going to give me $25,000 for a used Toyota pickup truck, late model, that I can mount that 50 cal and go rent myself out over in the Middle East too, right? Going over the sand dunes in the hills. Good morning, Sister Earth. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you, Vinny G. Great, Vinny G. So we have covered that off. I think we have that in good shape now. It's surprising. Like I said, the great thing is the cost of security, because of automation, because of computerization, because of the miniaturization of electronic circuitry. You don't need to change the batteries every month. Some of these things will run for a year or two, wireless. It's really, really nice. Good morning, Kim C. That's been the greatest thing to me, is that moving forward and with efficiency and with low cost, you can get things like trail cameras that automatically fire off and capture. They use them for wildlife, but very cheap now. I was really surprised. How you doing, BTB? There were some other people that gave some other great suggestions. There are some people that, put electrified wire mesh around so that you can fry somebody like a bug, when they invade the property. It's like, really? Yeah, sorry about your kid wandered onto our property. Now he's roasted up. Okay. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have any problems with. We're going to get to that in a minute. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time for those suggestions. I'm not going to have armed security on the premises. Okay, I'm not one to shoot people. I'm one as a last resort. If I have to shoot somebody, it'll be because my life or Missy Jenn's or somebody else is in imminent danger here. Other than that, forget about it. I'm not that kind of person. Cheryl, I hope you're having a good day today. Now, this concept, I want to get onto this concept. Yeah, for 60 grand, we can get a used North Korean submarine. Stick Alan Gold in it. Yeah, hire JK as a security guard. Yeah, I should hire JK NoCal. With his melon, he can pound in nails with his head, right? I mean, that's what they said. Buddy mine has molten detector sprinklers. Yeah, that's motion detecting sprinklers. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. But I always find that light is the very best. Light is the very best deterrent of all. I'm not sure I'd want to get into a North Korean submarine. That sounds like a one-way trip. Yes, shotgun with rocks off. Oh no, Stewie called in sick today. He's giving me that. He's giving me that little smile there. Stewie, I'm gonna call your boss down at the shop. Tell him you're dicking off. When you should be at work today. You know how I am. I jump all over your life. No, I don't have this. What I want to talk about. I want to talk about this concept of troll chats. There's a guy that runs another chat on YouTube, and he's forever telling me that okay, Nathan, you take care, sweetie. Forever telling me that I run troll chats here on YouTube. And let's be clear. The thing this guy doesn't understand clearly when it comes to discussing trolls and things is people can change their stripes depending on the chat that they're in. My wonderful friend, Vinny G. Vinny G can laugh. Vinny G can cut up, play music, roll some Billy Joe Spears, sit back, have a big fine cigar, a little bit of brandy, and have a hell of a good time. But when the circumstance calls for it, he can wheel into action on that same account. And he can go into another chat where he feels like it's especially irritating, warranted, not liking what's going on in that chat. And he can adopt a troll stance. Okay, but the reality is a lot of people won't even go into another chat because they won't waste their time with it. But people do change. They do come in. They do watch the different chats. And trolls adopt many different forms on here. You'll have ones that I'll see them in other chats. They'll be up on other people's chats. And they'll claim that they never watch you, but they can relay every detail of what's going on from your stream. They're what I call the disingenuous trolls. They tell you to do one thing, and yet for themselves, they do another thing. Okay, how you doing, Debbie? Why would people on YouTube not work? Well, I don't know. God, that's a whole different subject. After having worked 46 years, I'll make that a separate issue. I'll make that a separate one day. But there's, so there's people that adopt all different faces when they go into different chats. Most of the people never even talk. They're sitting there watching the chats, either enjoying it or gathering intelligence so that they can go into other chats and in their own lame way go in there and spread derision and to stir the shit pot. What I call the carrier pigeons of shit. Trolls. It happens. They're the worst ones of all. Because they'll make sure that they'll twist the message up a little bit. So it comes in on a twisted wing, guaranteed to tweak and peak the person that's having the chat. But I have noticed this, and this is the conclusion of it all. If you do run a chat, if you do run a channel that's upbeat and it's positive, and you compare two chat streams side by side. Yeah, one may be bigger. The negative stream might be much bigger, but the reality is it's populated by people that have had to create multiple accounts and enjoy trolling. Okay, but those trolling, yeah, there we go. There we go, Vinny. A trebuchet with a tripwire is easy to build. Good morning, Shania. As those people, hi Gypsy, as those people find out there's no support except for you, those people that are in that chat, those people in there, make it a true troll chat, because those people are not in there to do anything except be negative. They're never going to contribute a penny towards your activities. They're never going to put a dime in your gas tank. They're never going to buy you a cup of coffee. Because the reality is they're there because they don't like you. And they want to be a constant and irritating reminder to you of what they think about you. Best for business? I don't know. You might grow a channel, you might have views, but at the end of the day, we all know the compensation from YouTube is peanuts, and the compensation from people in real life can be phenomenal. They don't owe you a damn thing, but they step up and they support content. Which do you want to build on YouTube? Which do you want to build on YouTube? Vinny says Bergs is coming. What is that? Going to get arrested? It's Boyd. No need to work. You can eBay, GoFundMe, pretend you have a job or own a business or collect disability. You know, people are going to do their own things on here. It's like, hey, Oz, how you do? It's like Vinny told me, the greatest, inspiring, uplifting, motivational 3 words I ever heard on YouTube in 6 years on here. And it's hard to do. But Vinny said 3 little words. And I'll let him repost them if he's still on here. Because those 3 words are what's really going to set you happy and really put you above all of the BS, all of the backbiting, all the jealousy, all the dislike. Just do you. He told me, just do you. And another way he would put it is, you be you. So I don't ever worry about the conclusion on that. I don't ever worry about having a troll chat. Yeah, there's people that come and I do crazy shit. I crash parties. I crash events. People laugh along with me on YouTube. I meet funny and colorful people. Yeah, I might open an odd can or a bottle of liquid, a soda or something that's sitting outside, or pop a can of food. Yeah, do random stupid stuff. And sometimes you'll bring in people that see that crazy shit. They do videos about it, but that's trolling in a positive spirit. Yeah, dilly gaff. Let's see. Jamie says, when you report someone for saying bad things to someone, YouTube never does anything about it. I guess the reality is YouTube encourages a very high degree of interaction. Yeah, Francis, I had 6 beers last. I've been drinking for a couple days now. YouTube's not going to do anything because YouTube encourages a high degree of interaction. And that's the reality. Yeah, I mean, BTB said it. It really is easier just to be yourself. It's okay to be silly and not give a fuck. Exactly. It's the people that get in trouble here that contrive to be something that they're not, to play somebody else's game, to adopt that. And we've seen that time after time on YouTube. I'm going to follow that negative model on there. I'm going to slam people. I'm going to rickroll people here. I'm going to kick people's ass verbally here on YouTube. Yeah, you'll pack the house temporarily, but unless you're doing it on the regular, you're going to have a real problem filling the seats, as opposed to doing the hard work of going out and bringing content that's going to be timeless on YouTube. So I beg to differ about the troll chat. I don't have a troll chat. I have some people in here, and I know Vinny G doesn't mind me using him as an example, because in the right circumstance at the right time, he can be the most powerful, dare I say frightening, creative troll on YouTube, but at other times he can be your very best friend depending on the chat that you're on. Which side do I want Vinny G on? Hi, Ona May. Which side do I want Vinny G on? You tell me. You know, the positive, the fun. So the troll in one stream is a supporter of yours in another. So when you go out there and the man in the can will say, Rosie, all you do is entertain the trolls. You just have a troll chat. You guys know intuitively that that is dead wrong. And empirically, everything you look at on the chat belies that in a totally different manner. Hey, Chimp. Yeah, that's it. Jamie says, I'm a powerful entity. I run the East and the West Coast. People fear me. Well, some people are very gifted when it comes to gathering information. We've seen that over the past week. I've been on the receiving end of that many times over the years. I'm proud to stay clear of that stuff. You know, part of it is it loses its effectiveness over time. You know, once you've been doxed out, steamrolled, everything else, it's not so bad. But you do feel sorry. Hey, Boston Kitty Cat. You do feel some sense of obligation for other people to protect them. You know, if you see a train coming down the track and you'll see somebody beautiful like Brockovich, she'll start to doing videos and showing her beautiful life, her wonderful house. And part of you's like, wow, you know, love watching her. Love watching her videos. Love the presences she's creating. But you kind of hope in your heart that things don't ever reach a point where, you know, people make life miserable and stuff, jealousy and all that. So I always worry about people. New people that come on, and for a year I've banged the drum about being careful about exposing your life unless you understand to the very end what the consequences can be for trolling. We see on here when you exchange information with people and they're your friend today, you can be on the blue team today. Tomorrow, in 3 weeks, you can be on the red team. And you're packing a full magazine of weaponry. You're weaponizing social media, putting it out there, and lobbing low-level nukes into the other side. Oh, man. How you doing, Nicole? Bring you on the team. You can be a rule or two. I don't know. I'm low to the ground, honey. As somebody told me in this morning's Gmail, Rosie, you know what you are? You're like a cockroach. You're low to the ground. People know you're there. But when the shit hits the fan and the nukes are flying from side to side on YouTube, the cockroaches inherit the earth. What a sweet sentiment. On Easter Monday. Hey, Vicky. The life of the cockroach. Thank you for that, by the way. Just because I don't take a stand doesn't mean I have thoughts on things. Yeah, what goes around? Absolutely. Punky says there's never a reason to not maintain civil relationships with folks, like them or not. There's plenty of people I don't admire in real life, but I have no need to battle with. That's what I'm saying. The smartest people understand that the stream moves around them constantly. And if they buy in too much on one side or the other, and they don't maintain their spirit of being friendly to people, you're gonna get banged in the end. The bang stick is gonna hit you. So this is my thing about trolls, troll chat, and all that. Easter Monday could be a thing. Yes, it is. There's Missy Jenn. She's on the security detail. Good morning, Missy Jenn. Nice to see you. Yeah, don't let stupid downer people tarnish your star. It's a very tough thing to walk and be the cockroach. That's all I can say. Once in a while you'll get squished, but you can survive. But just to wrap up that section, when the man on the can tells you that you run a troll chat, you know absolutely and totally different. Because I feel quite certain the people that are in my chat many of them adopt a different name and a different persona when they go into another chat. People can be what they want to be, reflective of the chat that they sit in. Tonight's the night we make history, honey, you and I. Yeah, keep teasing me. Going girly. 2019 getting ready to hit the road, spring season. I think Missy Jenn and I are going to go out and do some clothes shopping today. She's got a little bit of money coming to her, the mods. The money will be really, really distributed tomorrow. But for those who are modding on the channel, oh, thank you, Cassidy. Already got my sunshine, my base tan. It's going to be interesting. I want to try to switch it up. Sometimes it's fun to switch it up on a channel. And I've had so many ladies from the drama community and the beauty community send me things, give me advice. I'm going to start putting that into action and see if I can become more Cassidy Hampton, floppy, Kentucky Derby hat, sundress wearing gal. We're going to see where that road goes. Now, Bondi says, I don't type much in the chat because I like listening to you. You're wise beyond your years. Thank you, honey. Other people say I'm a bullshitter par excellence on YouTube. Give me any subject and I can bullshit you for an hour on it. Nice. One coin, two sides. Well, I'm saying it's, how much do you want to de-Rosie-fy Rosie, right? Rosie's like the ultimate Tom girl, but it's going to be kind of fun. We always enjoy going out shopping. I'll take the GoPro along. We have fun in changing rooms, trying on stuff, and we have a good time. I'm not sure what a Constantine wire is there, Jen. That sounds very frightening. That sounds like something that just peels your head off like something out of Hellraiser. Then why is the man in the can copying what you do now? Well, I'm just saying, because when you're an alpha leader, you do your own thing. You blaze your own trails. And I've blazed through the trail of live streaming. Born out of my years of street videoing, going out every afternoon, walking the streets for 5 or 10 minutes and doing a recording and then uploading it on YouTube, meeting all kinds of interesting people, from can I feel your titties to what are you doing? Let's hang out. Let's have a beer. You see it all. See, YouTube is changing. They want to push things to more towards reality TV. They want a much higher degree of interaction with people. They want people bringing new adventures via live streaming. But the problem is, think about this. If you follow me, and I'm not saying in the sense of live streaming, but if you follow for chooching, if you're not comfortable in that genre, and you go out there and you chooch and something bad happens, if you're not a people person and you say the same thing, hey, if you say the wrong thing to somebody, or the degree of discomfort is so high, your physical limitations are so much that something bad might happen to you physically on the street. You might have a cardiac arrest with a high degree of physical activity that you're not used to. But the real thing is my streaming to a guy like a man in the can, it pulled him out of his regular routine and started getting him to do something that he's not predisposed to do. You're either a person that's a people person and engaging people, or you're playing another person's game. And that's when you start pulling away and you start playing another person's game, and you stop being the person that brought you where you are. And then all of a sudden your whole channel configuration changes. You get the short-term viewership, but then you notice that people aren't looking at the content anymore. They're trained for just the short term. How you doing, hippie? That's the risk of it. That's the risk. Harvey says things on YouTube aren't changing for the better. They're trying to rule out the smaller channels like myself. Not enough damn subs. They are definitely up in the game, YouTube. And the next breakpoint's probably going to be 10,000 subs. What they want to do is have that pot of advertising money be split over many fewer channels. Okay? The downside is, hey, furry, the downside is that they take creativity and they crush it. Now administrative decisions, now the back office starts to run YouTube. They like come out there every day. The bean counters sit there and have a meeting with the general meeting with Susan, what's her name, the CEO, Wojcicki. They sit there and have their meeting, and the bean counters say, you know how many checks were cut? Do you know how much accounting shit we have to do on a monthly basis? Do you know how many bank accounts we have to put funds into? Do you know how many monetized channels we have to sit there and worry if their content is deviating off on the whole? Yeah, it's all about the money. Of course it is. YouTube is a business. Google is a business. They want things as streamlined as possible. They want things simplified. They want people out there pounding the pavements for their own support, forcing them to do content that people are going to engage in. Harvey, you're correct. That comes down hard on the creators. So in a lot of ways, I look at somebody like Cassidy Hampton, who's more of a consumer of YouTube, and I think she's really, really in the sweet spot of having the most fun on YouTube. She has no false expectations, although she could fire up a channel and probably in short order have 10,000 subs due to the person that she is. She's under no false illusion that creating that has any value to her real world life. Whatever possible benefits could flow from that besides her pure enjoyment at this time could be a distinct negative, not a positive. How you doing, Vanessa? Nice to see you, sweetie. So I like the way, hey, Kiwana. So I like this, hey, Bella. So I like the way that some people analyze and do that. They don't fall into that trap of, oh, maybe it'll be fun to be a creator for 17 cents a month. Just something to think about. Yeah, that's it. For being here for entertainment only is the purest consumption of YouTube. Because without people like Cassidy Hampton tuning in, and my beautiful friend Vanessa, Kiwana, Nicole, Sister Earth, Bella Rose, on and on, there is no YouTube. There's a million places that you can spend your time, and you should be lucky that people choose to spend their time with you. So Harvey, the streaming realities are very difficult. Harvey says they still owe me 57 quid, but cannot claim it because I was short of 3 quid for the payment threshold. Then they increased the monetization to 1,000 subs. Yeah, you're in what's called the donut hole, Harvey. It's tough. Thank you, Kiwana. Yeah, Libby says, I'll only ever be a watcher, but I do appreciate all those who entertain. Exactly. And entertaining is a very fleeting thing. Hey, hippie, I hope you're feeling better, honey. So I'm willing to have the non-troll chats, the smaller numbers, because after the course of a year, if you're putting up real content, as opposed to the short-term things that drive the immediate views, you will be much more successful in putting up things over the long haul. It's like the tortoise and the hare. Timeless content. Now, streaming realities, I was on there, Nicole and I, we were on Dave's chat last night. We're having a blast. My favorite kind of chats were the ones you go on and just have fun. Yeah, I get a little wild. I let it all hang out. We're having a blast. But Whiskey OG, my friend, is on there wild, trying to get that Streamlabs going. It's very, very difficult to do. The base level of Streamlabs is fine. You can set that up. You can tie that into your YouTube, and you can go live. Okay? But it's complicated. It's even more complicated when you try to use your desktop and incorporate Streamlabs. It's frustrating to people. But the only way that you really learn, the only way you really learn to integrate and get used to Streamlabs is doing the hard work of just messing up, playing with it, experimenting until you hit the right key, and then you never forget it. When you learn it yourself, you never forget it. But if you're out there on the road and you have to ask people, how do I set this, or what am I doing wrong? Man, you're screwed. You may have paid a poor fortune to be at some place, and you go live and you can't do it. Yeah, you can use DU recorder too, but you want to make sure all notifications are off. I hear you. Yeah, the same goes for making videos. Fundy says some of us are not born to entertain. To anonymous viewers, although I'm the life of the party in real life, I fear anonymity. I think you probably mean, you probably mean I fear publicity on there, and that's fine. So the streaming realities. Good morning, Cupcake. I'm going to go get a refill on my coffee real quick. I'll be right back. George, get that boogie. Get that boogie. Get that roll out of here and walk in. All right. The other thing I want to say about street streaming is the dark side. This very dark side of, read what I wrote. Let's see, Nicole. Let's see, Rosie, get the fuck off of, let's see, Nicole. Oh, yeah, you're getting backlash for being on the side chat. Be and have fun. You know what I'm saying, Nicole? It's your moment to stand up and rise above. People will own you if you let them. Okay? YouTube has a way of meting out. YouTube has its own court of justice. It weighs in on the daily basis. Okay? You make sure you're doing something that's happy. That's what'll carry you through. Okay? There's so many people, Nicole, that appreciate your unique personality, your bubbly nature, your devil may care. Think of a chat that you may go to that is restrained. Think to yourself, if you ever go to a chat and say, "Ooh, I got to kind of tailor myself to this chat. I got to kind of, you know," if ever you feel like you got to toe a company line or something like that, you've lost your authentic self. See, I see you on chats last night where you're having the time of your life. There's no easy safety nets here. You know what I'm saying? We can tell people, hey, it's great on the other side of the river if you don't get involved in that stuff, or come on over here, have fun in everybody's chat. But so many people feel bound and determined and locked in, even though there's no payoff for them at all, psychologically, financially, metaphysically. There's no payoff for that at all. Morning, Elvis. Eventually, everybody comes over to the other side, and I use that metaphorically, not on YouTube, where they get back to themselves. They get back to being themselves. Okay, that's what's best for business. That's what's best for your psychological business. Now, the other thing I want to mention about street streaming is this. Yesterday afternoon, there was somebody that decided to street stream down in Mexico that's a subscriber to mine, and they had a very, 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 very bad outcome on the plaza when they're coming out of church down in Guadalajara, Mexico, at the Cathedral of Guadalajara down there, and somebody smashed their phone. Okay. You can say to yourself, morning, Dave, you can say to yourself, I have every right to broadcast in public. I have every right to live stream. But the scary reality is that your live streaming will be very short term, the reactions at that moment. There won't be any cops around. The person that runs up and smashes your camera, pushes you down on the ground, will be long gone by the time the cops come. And quite frankly, hey, 180, they're not going to give a shit. They're not going to care. The street rules when you're doing street streaming. And my biggest fear was getting a feedback like today that, this was the worst idea I ever had to go out here. I wanted to show the lovely cathedral and the people getting out after the Easter service. Whoever thought I'd get my camera smashed and pushed down on the ground? Go back and look at my stream from the Tenderloin with Mr. Z in San Francisco. I look back on that now and I think to myself, it's a wonder I didn't get Mr. Z killed down there. There's something very scary about walking down when you see 50 people on the street ahead of you on this side, and you see 50 people ahead of you on the street on this side, and you got to take out a coin and flip it. Which gauntlet am I going to run through? 50 people here. Which one of them's going to be triggered? The odds are great. Is it going to be the crackhead woman on the couch that goes off and alerts all the other bees, and all of a sudden you're surrounded? If you're a woman, do you want to be in that situation? I fear women in particular doing that. For me, I don't care. You know, I'm not lacking the guts to be in that situation, but if I ever got a comment, if I ever got feedback from a Nicole that I was injured or hurt, and now I have to go undergo counseling because of assault and this or that, how in the hell am I going to feel? And if you're a guy out there, you're at even greater risk. Yeah, gangs down on the bush, right? Mm. Yeah, that's right. It all boils down to being in areas where people are at their lowest and have nothing to lose. Yeah, I'm going dress shopping today. Your life is less valuable to those people. Well, chooching on an empty parking lot for Elvis may be a safe thing. Okay. People worry, Nicole. I understand that, but my comfort level is sky high. I have 1, 2 weapons, a little bit of cash. You'd be amazed how a dollar or two diffuses a situation. Oh, okay. Thanks. Didn't see that coming. And number 2, the Irish gift of gab, diffusing a situation. You take somebody like Marshall in that situation, it's going to be on. They're going to see this bull of a guy coming down the street, and they're going to think this guy's in here to make a move on the territory. This is why I worried about Mr. Z. This is why I worry about handsome Robert. I refuse to chooch with Robert because I know the way that's going to look on the street, and I feel like it's my responsibility to look out for people. Yeah, glazed donut. Well, that's the reality. And if you come in predisposed with prejudices, this is where shit really gets good. This is where shit really gets good. Because people under stress make mistakes. People under stress blurt stuff out at the inappropriate shit at the wrong time. And it's almost like if you're on alcohol and you're drunk and you lose your inhibition. I've seen the same thing happen on people's street streams where they get in a really tough situation and they lose it. And they say stupid shit that they can't believe later they said. And it becomes a triggering event. So if you go into a neighborhood and you have prejudices, you're maybe anti-Mexican, anti-black, be careful the vibe that you give off. Greetings from Chattanooga, Tennessee. There you go. Yeah, tenderloins are yummy. But they're not yummy in San Francisco, Dave. The absolute worst of the worst of the worst, as bad as it gets. People pulling knives. You look at that tenderloin stream down there with Mr. Z, and you listen to that guy screaming across the street. Look at her, man. She's still going with that camera. She's still doing that camera thing. Why ain't nobody have smashed that camera out of her hand? All I need somebody on my side of the street to spring into action, and the cops aren't going to give a shit. I don't want to see anybody get hurt out there. It takes a special kind of person to street stream. Make sure you're that kind of person. The Tenderloin is absolutely one of the worst areas. I don't give a damn what Elvis says about Chicago. Yeah, the South Side can be rough. But when you're talking about a concentrated people in a comfortable environment that don't have to worry about the cold, the streets, the wind, man, they're out there. They're living on the streets. I don't see a lot of tent shit in Chicago. I see a lot of it in LA. I see a lot of it in Oakland, San Francisco. I enjoy going into those areas because I have a high comfort factor. And if I go in solo as a woman, believe it or not, it's counterintuitive, but they're less likely to fuck with you, especially if you come in with a degree of respect and you tell people what you're doing on YouTube. Yeah, well, where Phil lives, I got other areas. I got other areas. Skid Row, Tenderloin, pretty similar, exactly. They're all different. See, in Chicago, and I studied this some yesterday, on the south side of Chicago, you don't have a lot of people living on the streets. What you do have is a lot of people that are running drug activities, they're running gangs, they're running prostitution. They're the people that are riding by in cars, running guns, shooting. But see, what you have down in Oakland and what you have in LA and the Tenderloin is you have people with their shacks, their homes on the street. And you coming down there is the equivalent of a potential home invasion to them. And legally, this is the real kicker. The real kicker is that the cops may very well side with them. This is your domicile. This is your home. Somebody was trespassing. Whoa. Yeah, you missed the troll chat, Dave. Well, it was earlier. We covered that earlier on the chat. Yeah, people are so accustomed to violence and drugs. It's just the other day, just another day. And the thing is, BTB, that the police adopted, the police changed their whole strategy too. 20 years ago, the cops would have gone wailing down those streets, Eddy Street there, where the Glide Memorial Methodist Church is. They would have cleared that street in an afternoon. They would have taken clubs. They would have brought the San Francisco mounted police in on horses and been wielding billy clubs and clearing that street off and scattering those people to the four winds. But today, when you got the smell in that area was horrendous. When you got there, people defecating on the sidewalk, urinating everywhere. Now the cops see that area and they're like, oh, some of these people are jacked up on meth and heroin and PCP and angel dust and shit, and they can go absolutely crazy and think nothing about taking a pot shot at a cop or knifing a cop. Who in the hell wants to go into that? Not me. Yeah, I troll with compassion and love. That's what I am. Koana says, I was born on the west side of Chicago, but raised in the suburb of Woodridge. I don't like to visit Chicago. I actually love Chicago. I loved my time that I was hanging in Chicago. I'm looking forward to exploring the South Side and going around there just to see what it's all about. But I beg people that are contacting me and asking me about streaming, asking me what equipment I need for the streets, asking me my tips on areas to go and things to do. Be careful. Be very, very careful. Yeah, there's some very nice areas of Chicago. Yeah, naked. I don't think I'll ever be naked in a pool. I might be topless in one, but not naked. Yeah. Yeah, most corners stink of pee. It's awful. The spice nonsense is becoming. Yeah, see, I don't want to be a cop coming down the street And running into that, Beverly says, I went to New York City for my husband Todd's birthday. Went to the car show and celebrate Todd's birthday. Very good, Bev. Awesome. Get some waterproof tape. And you may understand, Bell G, but I'm quite sure you're not the person who's going to pick up a camera and go on the street and live stream. There's people out there that have a thicker skull than you have. They're the people I need to talk to. The people that are gung-ho, the Marines, right? So to speak. The boys that are over the top. Rosie, I got this place down in New York City I'm going to go to. Man, this place on Staten Island is like gold. It's out in Fresh Kills, New York. Got all kinds of tent cities. And I'm just going to go out there and spend a day out there. I'm like, whoa. Whoa. Hey, I'm looking forward to streaming. I hope I get a good signal. I'm like, dude, that might be the least of your problems. You go out, you go out as a male. Hi, Debbie. You go out as a male. Love you, honey. You're taking much greater chance than I am as going out as transgender female. That basically passes without a lot of issues. You're seen as more of a threat. So in other words, your conundrum is you have the boldness of being having more courage to throw yourself into that situation. But you also have the downside of people will be much more willing to engage you. Yeah, you'll have your 3 minutes of video where the violence starts to escalate. You'll have 200, 300 people watching you, and then your camera will go dead, and that'll be it. I've had my camera go down a couple times. Almost got run over by a Cambodian gang member in Oakland because I ended up in Little Cambodia, stupidly wearing a blue sweatshirt. I got the message. You may not be so lucky as a male. Yeah, you need a fucking scar for ghetto chooching. That's exactly it. Yeah, you stick out like the sore thumb. That's right, hippie. It's like, what the hell are you doing here? I've been knocked down by a car. Exactly, Nicole. You saw it. I got knocked over. I've lost my camera. I've tripped. I've had people, you've seen it. People have crossed. What are you doing behind here on the alley? I'm doing a YouTube live stream. Okay. Most people calm down. I don't want to see anybody get hurt in here. Just be careful what you're doing. I don't care whether it's Elvis on the street, Nicole in Manchester. If you're going to live stream those kind of events, do it kind of like Seeds does it. Set up your thing statically at a corner and watch the world go by. Go to public markets, really public places where people are used to having that. Yeah, the emergency camera-thon. 180, thank you, sweetie. Well, I'll tell you, Dave, it ain't no joke. Yeah, Cassidy was on that stream. That guy came down the alley in his light blue Robin Eggs late model BMW, and his intention was to take his mirror and to use that to push me against the wall and take his car very close and squeeze me against the wall with the hope potentially of breaking my ribs and running over my feet. Yeah, 180 is just sweetie doll. He is. Woo, Adventure Unknown. There we go. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, that was scary, Davey. I don't want that kind of event. I don't want that kind of event. I don't want the Vietnamese guy charging me out of his junkyard with his vicious dogs. Well, you know, this is it. Debbie says that's horrible. You weren't hurting him. But the reality of that stretch of International Boulevard, Deb, is it is literally a country unto itself. Had I had half a brain, which I didn't have, I would have looked to the wall at the right. Welcome to little Cambodia. Backed out and said, whoa. These people interact with impunity now because they know. I was lucky the cop came and was at the end of the alley when I came down there. Even he wasn't going to charge up an alley with a car. He just wait till I come down there. If I don't come out in a reasonable amount of my time, he'll come and get me. Yeah, exactly. So be happy. Like yesterday or Saturday in San Rafael, another huge stream. And that was in a nice area. We had a good time. Chicks dropping their pants, mooning me on camera. QXY or whatever the hell her name is, and Ernie. We're having a lot of laughs. We can still have a lot of fun. That was a good thing. XQZ. That pulled me back from the brink. You know. Yeah, you get to meet people like Peter. That's exactly right. The meteor man. Yeah, I think that's, well, Bev says Rosie and I are like, we both don't care about what people think about us, and we don't care what people say about it. Well, I care to agree. I mean, I see Kit and Kat in here. You know, and Kit and Kat and my relationship is like this. But I do care what Kit and Kat says. But it does not mean I always have to agree with it. But usually I end up kind of regretting I didn't listen to begin with. So I do kind of try to listen to people. Yeah, Kit Kat is Ruth is gonna giving out rattle can money, huh? Well, Dave's done plenty. Yes, you are, Kit and Kat, and I'm not a snowflake when it comes to being on my channel. I don't go to chats where it's Snowflake City. I want to hear. I have had people asked about. I'll get off of that streaming realities. Please be careful, people. Don't go outside of your comfort zone. Don't think that you're going to be a YouTube hero. Do things from the safety of your car if you want. It does give you a higher degree of safety. Hello, Catherine. Just be awful careful because it's not. This ain't the 1950s. This ain't no country club chat streets. Okay. Yeah, the boy's a bird of a different feather. I mean, it's like Dave said last night. He said a lot of women come over from the drama community, and Boyd is a whole nother level of potential nastiness. And, you know, speaking from experience and stuff, yeah, you want to kind of keep your stuff clear because people will screw with you in enormous ways on here. That's right, Kiwana. Things are way different. Yeah, Terry says I would run him over in my SUV. Terry, you could have a very ugly street scene out there, you know? Usually if you're in that area, let's put that scene together. You run over, you have a confrontation with somebody, and all of a sudden, remember when I was in Oakland? And I came down to Lake Merritt and I encountered a full-on riot. There were three guys there. There was a white guy that was walking past Lake Merritt, and three guys encountered him. I don't know what they said. I don't know who said what. But you can look at the video. Within 5 minutes, within 3 minutes, there were 50 people there coming in from bikes in every direction. Let's theoretically say you take somebody down with a car or something like that. You might find yourself blocked into a neighborhood and be on the receiving end of some really severe street justice with a cinder block through your windshield. You pulled out of your car. I don't need to take it any further. Yeah, life is tragic enough. YouTube needs to calm down. You know, watch a movie, get your dog farts, whatever you need to do. That's right, Nicole. Yeah, people will flip cars over. They will get on their phone. They will send a red alert to their buddies, and you'll have 100 people converge on that point in the neighborhood. And then you better be a smooth talker. Okay, the final thing I want to talk about today is road meetups. I've had a lot of people have contacted me, particularly the last 3 days, and asked me about meeting, stream sniping. You see people come up and stream snipe me now, drive up, meet. It's a fact of life that's going to happen, and I look forward to that. So if I'm in your area, you don't have to be on cam. I will protect your privacy. I will front face forward that camera, make sure that you are protected, your anonymity. That's my guarantee to you. But if you want to be a part of the streams and you want to be on and you want to meet up, you want to park somewhere and walk with me or show me, take me someplace, that's cool. I look forward to that. Like I said, if there's an abandoned building, Rosie, here's where I want you to spend the night over here. Or here's this neighborhood, there's a crack house down here, check out this place. Yeah, I'll be glad to do that stuff. I'll be glad to spend the night down there, okay? Or if you just want to walk around Griffith Park, Des Moines, I'll be glad to go with you. I will be glad to meet you. I look forward to you interacting on my stream. Some people will say, I don't mind being on camera at all. That's cool. Other people will say, I want to go with you, but keep that camera facing forward. That's cool. Well, I only use crack houses in this sense, Nicole. Of crack houses, of course, are very mobile. They're not generally fixed in locations. I've been in plenty of crack houses in Baltimore and other places. Who, me or Harvey? Yeah, you get it. I mean, it's fine. Sometimes you need to challenge yourself and push yourself a little bit too. That's what I like to do. I like to be out there and have myself interjected into those street streams. So yeah, I would be glad to meet any of you out there at all. I'm not like the man in the can that I need to have a very sterilized world to meet. I like to meet the world raw. Yeah, I can handle it. And if shit comes to worse, everybody will say and they'll hear, well, went out exactly the way that she wanted to go. So that's the best thing that can happen to somebody is they go out with their boots on, doing exactly what they love doing. So meetups would be great. Yeah, man, how you doing? Oh, I'll be in Florida. I'll be in Florida, BTB. We'll be cruising around. We'll be on the beach. We'll be in the pool at your wonderful RV park, your high-end, wonderful RV park. And I'll make sure I trash it down real good. I'll make sure they're talking about you. I will make you a legend, BTB. I'm coming to Louisiana in I think that's going to be around September, October. I love Louisiana. I will make Blacktop Boondocker a legend, the most talked about man in that RV park. They won't be talking about 50 amp hookups. Yeah, Debbie, we gonna go down to Baton Rouge. We gonna go back in and see brother Jimmy. Have a good day, Kiwana. You got some more soap to make. I'm gonna make Blacktop Boondocker even more YouTube famous down there. So please reach out to me. Let me know. You will always know where I'm going to be. You will always see what town I'm in. I'm not delayed on things, delayed on content. Come on by and say hi. Good morning, Mallory. On that note, I'm going to go out and do a little, I know you're already a legend. I'm going to go out and do a little girlification today. I'm going to see if I can get a few sundresses, some girly gear. I need to get a few things for Vegas. Asheville in October. Yeah, it's all beautiful. Yeah, don't film me. I don't want to be on camera, right? We'll be on the, here you go, Blacktop Boondocker. It's our hot tub moment. Better be careful on your stream. Yeah, Nicole's like, shut up, Rosie. Yeah, peaceful day to you too, Sister Earth. That's cute. That's funny. I'm gonna mess your stream up. No, it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's looking forward to spending some time. And I will tell you this, Deb, Louisiana is my favorite state for visitation. It's had the most intrigue to me. How you doing, Cobra John? Yes, I have the equipment to get you a strike. Yeah, this is it. Thank you, Carl. I love this selfie stick. It does multiple duty. It's wonderful. You can sit it up. You can eat dinner. Have that all good. Mount your camera. You can sit it on a wall and talk to people. Like I'm talking about 420 and the history of 420 at San Rafael High School. You can't always have it, you know, like that. 180. Yeah, that's your selfie stick. So, yeah, the selfies are good. You need to have that. You need to have that. Great food, great music. Yeah, I look forward to being BTB. I'd love to hang out with you in Fort Lauderdale. Be there in October. Yeah, Sophia needs a doggy cam. Hey, Just Aaron. Hey, Sophia, go get Rosie. Ah, the last thing you see. Ooh. How you doing, Fitz? Yeah, is that your selfie stick or are you just happy to see me? Got her a GoPro. What did you get? Is Mallory got a GoPro there? Yeah, don't look under the table. So there'll be a lot of good stuff coming up. Get to see Iowa, Des Moines. Yeah, I'll get a couple things out there. You definitely need to get that selfie stick that it has the duty to prop up, and it has that ability to prop up, and it's sturdy too. It's not gonna, because I do hundreds and hundreds, and I've done hundreds of videos with this. I also have incorporated my own little thing on there, which allows me, if I need something that's very, what would I say, very low key. Let's say I'm going into a restaurant and I get the sense that a lot of people are going to be freaking out if they see a camera. I can still have my camera mounted on a stick. I can now put that and walk in just like that with the camera forward facing, back facing, and still videoing. There, walk up to the counter, and you don't have an issue. Little bit of a wiring job that I put on my own. Something you guys might want to consider. And then when it's not used, I just roll it down the stick here. Wrap that back on. Tighten that up. And there it is back on the stick. You got to customize things. Oh my. we had a pretty wild time on Dave's last night. Yeah, stealth mode. I don't generally go into stealth mode because I like people to have the option to know that they have the ability to not be on cam if they want to. So you'll rarely see me do that unless I'm just walking into a general, a big fast food place where there's a ton of people and just capturing the ambience. Yeah, Blacktop Boondocker had the thing set up for his shoes so he could look up the skirts, right? Soapy Till Wank. Soapy Tit Wank, please, Rosie. There we go. Yeah, sub up today for wild times and stuff. Yeah, like the Chinese woman, no video, no video. It's fine. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be that person on the street. I might sometimes, depending on the person, hey, I got the right to, it's a public street, blah, blah, blah. How you doing, Don? Yeah, unsubbed you. Anyway, I'm going to go close it down. Going to go out and hit the road, try to capture a little video of a little bit of our shopping today, put that up later. I have an update on belly button piercing that's going to go up this afternoon, and then we'll see what happens beyond that. So I want to thank you for being along. Yeah, you need to have respect overall. Respect will carry you a long way. And no matter if people ever ask you, what are you doing? What are you filming? Why are you videoing me? The experience has shown me after years that the very best thing that you can do is tell people that you're doing a YouTube live stream. What does that mean? You immediately tell them, well, I have 100, 120, 200 people watching me right now. That's going to do two things. It's going to tell people that the thing is live. There will be witnesses to see what's done. It's also going to put people at ease. Oh, okay, YouTube. Okay, this is why this fruit's walking around the back alleys. Okay, this dumb fruit's doing something for YouTube and capturing graffiti or whatever. Okay, be honest with people. Don't be there like I'm on vacation, right? Take care, Harvey. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you around. Okay? Yeah, well, we got some more stuff to explore on Saturday. We got we going uptown into San Leandro this time for the real deal up there. Stay tuned. All right. We cut it short at 105th Street. We ended it when we hit the border of San Leandro. We're gonna push on a little further now. Go look at your maps, your crime maps of Oakland. Go look at those dark blue areas right up there, man. We're going into the belly of the beast on Saturday, and I might get my ass a gold tooth down on International Boulevard because I got that fucked up hillbilly tooth, and I'll be looking good when I get to Las Vegas. Ding. Ain't that gonna be fun? Rosie gets sized up for that gold tooth. Y'all have a good one, okay? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on the way out. Okay.